shooting. Take a look at the starting lineup for tonight for the Stockton Kings. Jordan Ford. Keon Ellis is also coming off a nice game for the Stockton Kings. The Kings rookie is in the backcourt. And then you've got Deontay Burton, Wes Iwundu, and the man we just mentioned, Neemias Queta. For the Westchester Knicks, this long road trip is coming to an end tonight. They've got MJ Walker, Melvin Frazier Jr., Dmitro Skopintsev in the starting lineup, along with Justin Wright-Foreman and Obadiah Noel. Stockton comes into this game at 21-6. Westchester at 9-17. And Morgan, Westchester's been here on the road for minutes. They just played their last game against the Santa Cruz Warriors. They've lost 6 of 7 games, Morgan, coming off that 114-108 road loss. They've been on the road since March 5th. They go back home for 1, and they wrap up the regular season with 4 road games, so 8 of the final 9 on the road.
Deuce, you know the G League can be a grind, but when you're losing on the road as well, it's just got to be tough mentally. Hopefully they bring it tonight just so they can go back home with some good energy, but also hopefully the Stockton Kings bring a little bit more.
Yeah, the Stockton Kings trying to clinch that #1 spot in the Western Conference. They clinched the playoff spot the other day. Here's Iwundu starting off the game, missing his first attempt. It's a Westchester Knicks team that's pretty short-handed right now.
And
late in the season for them.
That's the other thing. It's just fighting through that, right? You got short-handed as, wow, they hit an early 3.
Neemias Queta at the elbow. Skopintsev's got some nice size. Burton, free throw line jumper is in. And Deontay Burton, Morgan, had 18 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists last night. It's wild as Frazier makes a move. Some of the highlight plays in that game. Stockton had a ton of dunks against Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about Nemi pretty early on in this one, and it sounded like he had like 6 dunks in that first half. So as Keon Ellis makes a baseline jumper, you know, I know how much you love to call highlight plays, so hopefully we get a little dunking party here again.
Oh, I missed the opportunity yesterday. And the jumper's in for Westchester. MJ Walker knocks down that shot. Back-to-back's not easy in the G League. Kings were in Salt Lake City last night. They actually flew out this morning, landed in Sacramento about 9 a.m. And then you get ready for a game. So life on the road is not easy, but for Stockton, that was their final road game of the regular season.
And that's good to hear, right? But, I mean, we talk about it. It just takes a different type of mentality to be these guys, to be on the road, to be winning, to be losing, as Deontay Burton misses that one.
Yeah, Deontay shooting 42% from 3 this season. The Knicks have been off since Saturday, but being on the road for this long is not easy at all. Frazier penetrates, but the steal by Iwundu. Here comes Keon Ellis to Burton. Look out, Deontay with the flush. Get up.
Love the way he was trailing on that play. Keon Ellis had Jordan Ford early on, but instead made the right move with Deontay trailing.
Noel trying to go to work on 4. Gets it to Skopintsev to the corner. 3 is on the way, and it's in for MJ Walker. 5 points early. The Knicks playing without Garrison Brooks in this game. Dwayne Washington, he's out with hip soreness. And that ball is turned over by the Kings. They're also missing James Akinjo. And then Daquan Jeffries is with the New York Knicks. Stockton ball off, another turnover.
I mean, you think about this road trip, and then you're ending things with a roster that obviously is shorthanded. It's just, there's got to be a lot going on for your guys, and you know how the G League is. You just really want to make sure that you are showcasing yourself and playing like everyone's here every night.
And Keon Ellis knocks down that jumper. Ellis coming off a 20 points, 8 rebound game. Morgan, he also had 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. A nice pass to the outside. It's Frazier. Well off the mark on that attempt. Ford wasting no time. Misses that shot. Tied up at 8 apiece in the early going. Walker, tough look. Misses on that attempt, and Ellis comes up with it. Ford, jumper, it's in for Ford.
Pretty. He was really patient with that one. You saw Nimi trying to screen off his guy, and he just read it perfectly to get the midi.
Right Foreman, it's that jumper. Here's 5 points to tie the game up at 10 apiece. Keon Ellis. Now Burton feeds it inside to Keita. Keita, a little bully ball. Skopetsev wanted a call, but he didn't get it, and Keita was able to get his first 2 points of the game.
I love seeing the movement from the Stockton Kings, but also being able to feed your big man and depending on him. Looks great.
Noel uses that off arm, and he is called for an offensive foul. All club this year bringing a veteran presence, and that athleticism still jumps out at you.
When you look at this offense, dude, it's just first in offensive rating in this league, and they just look good in transition, in the half court. A lot of things working for them.
Some substitutions out of the timeout. Ellis buries the 3. Keon Ellis showing that range, and it's something he's done quite well this season in the G. 43% to take. As Frazier swinging it around on the second chance. Right Foreman showing off the handles, creates some space and buries the jumper. He's off to a nice start in this game with 7 points on 3 of 3. Stockton, a couple of substitutions. Alex O'Connell into the game. He's got the ball now. Dishes to the guy who just checked in. Chance Comanche with the jam. And Morgan, Chance was 8 for 8 last night in Salt Lake City.
He is so fun to watch. He brings so much energy off the bench, and right there just being in the right spot at the right time, and a block there on the defensive end.
And then Ellis goes behind the back with a dribble. Nice defense from Stockton. Can they make them pay for that turnover? O'Connell beating Comanche. Turnaround jumpers on the way, and okay, Chance showing off the mid-range game. Stockton leading by 7. Halfway through this first quarter. Inside, nice defense. Keon Ellis knocks it away. And it's turned back over. And we've got a wedgie. First wedgie of the game, and probably the only one, right? You know, when's the last time you saw 2 wedgies in one game?
Hey, we know the guys with no dunks, and they have had 6 wedgies in the NBA this week. This week! I think it's a record-breaking number of wedgies, so you just never know what you're going to get. But hopefully that's it for tonight's game.
Because of that wedgie, we got a little jump ball action. Melvin Frazier, Chance Comanche. I'm surprised the Knicks won that. I thought Chance had it.
I know you did.
Seeing some more substitutions. Burton loses it. We go the other way. Frazier, nice move, and on the breaks, able to put it up and in. Trey Burke into the game for the Stockton Kings, and Christian Terrell getting some early run. He did not play last night. He's been out of the rotation as of late, but second half of back-to-back, fly in from Salt Lake City today. He's ready to go. He's got his name called early. Here's Comanche laying the shot clock. Misses on that jumper.
Yeah, you mentioned Christian Terrell, and this is the perfect game to get him going. Just like you said, fresh legs, isn't really in the rotation, and you know what he can add.
Nice defense by Burton, and Frazier loses control. A turnover for Westchester.
Johnson checks into the game for Westchester.
And Jariah Horn gets some action early. He did not play last night in Salt Lake City. So Burton checks out, and Bobby Jackson utilizing his deep bench. And it's good. You know, you have clinched a playoff spot, but you're still trying to play for that #1 seed on the second night of a back-to-back. Give these guys an opportunity to see what they can do. A little miscommunication between Burke and O'Connell leads to a Stockton turnover.
And that almost knocked over the camera guy there in the corner. I was really worried.
Stockton with a 5-point lead. Rose kicks out to right Foreman. The floater's up. It's no good, and the rebound to Elmore. Lydell Elmore, who was just picked up by the Knicks the other day. So fresh, he doesn't even have a name on the back of his jersey, wearing number 35 in this game, and he starts his second stint with the Westchester Knicks, most recently with the Texas Legends.
That's pretty fresh right there. And Deuce, you saw how that defensive possession started there for the Stockton Kings. Christian Terrell just, he ran past someone who didn't even pump fake, right? Didn't even fake the shot. And just wanted to make sure he was going to try and contest it. But he's got to stay disciplined. Just chop your feet. Close out.
Terrell gets fouled on the drive. A nice aggressive take by Christian Terrell.
That was beautiful. He saw a lane. He went through it, split the defenders, got to the free throw line.
Sacramento native who went to Sac High, started his college career at UCSB before going to Sac State.
Go Gauchos.
Well, I'd say
or
Stingers
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you've got UCSB ties. Your sister went there. And I love Santa Barbara. Stockton's had some Santa Barbara presence, including Gabe Vincent, who used to play with the Stockton Kings, and Horn fouls Wright Foreman on the jumper. So Wright Foreman heads to the free throw line to shoot 1 for 2.
And if you're the second unit coming in for Bobby Jackson, you got to pay attention to the little things. And I know that's what Bobby is saying as he's looking at us right now. You really got to pay attention to those details. Be more disciplined.
And Bobby Jackson just celebrated his 50th birthday yesterday.
Ooh. Old or young, Deuce?
Getting old, man.
You be nice to my coach.
Getting old. It's crazy. Time flies. The lob, Comanche. Now Burke. And he knocks it in.
Way to stay with it.
21-16, 3.5 to play here in the first quarter from Stockton. Dribble handoff action to Rose. Loses control. Elmore gets fouled on that. Lydell Elmore goes to the line to shoot 1 for 2.
All right, last 3 possessions by the Knicks. Kings fouling each time down. Take a look at this one again. Comanche trying to help. And then that was Jariah Horn trying to come over, and just these guys got to either get in that spot. I mean, luckily he missed that free throw.
Still 5-point game, guys. A 6.5-point game. What am I talking about? Nice feed inside. Comanche with the jam. 23-16.
Offense looking sharp. They're really just getting to those open spots and doing a good job of moving the ball around.
Now Stockton shooting 68% to start this first quarter. Elmore with a drive, unable to convert it. O'Connell with a quick feed out to Burke. Transition pop. It's in for Trey Burke.
Love to see it. The vet knew exactly.
Kings have won 7 in a row. Have clinched a playoff spot. They've not done that since their first season, that 2018-19 season in Stockton, where they lost to the Memphis Hustle. This time around, they're trying to have home court advantage. They want to make a deep run this year. Maybe get to the G League Finals, huh?
Please. I mean, they look locked in. They look really good.
Noel, what a finish. And one.
Wow. I mean, there was definitely luck involved, but he did a good job of controlling his body once he did take that contact. Look at him try and go down that middle, and then Christian Terrell was just going to turn around and box him out, and his body went flying.
And the free throw was good for the three-point play. Some backcourt pressure by Noel. Burke trying to get him off of him. Now here's Cada. Too easy for Neemias Cada.
14 points in the paint for the Stockton Kings.
Under 2 minutes to play. MJ Walker gets past Owandu and lays it up and in. No help. And a nice finish by Walker to get to the cup.
Where's that second line of defense? Someone's got to step up, or maybe just make sure you're talking it up, communicating with one another. You got to have someone there.
Double team comes to Cada. Burke makes him pay.
Man, I mean, if you're the Knicks, there's some possessions out here that are getting deflating. You just got to stay physical to stay in it.
Johnson tries to answer for three. No good. Owandu tracks it down. Stockton looking to push. Horn in the corner. Measures. Launches. The three is no good. Stockton up by 10. Trey Burke with 8 points in 5 minutes of work. He's 3 of 3 shooting here in the first. Owandu picks up a foul, playing some aggressive defense on Elmore.
Good job just trying to stay physical, trying to knock that ball away, seeing what the refs are going to call, and a lot of contact.
So Elmore goes to the line to shoot 1 for 2. Sagana Diop, the former NBA big man, coaching the Westchester Knicks in his first season as head coach, and the free throw is good for Elmore.
It is cool to see so many former players in these coaching positions, especially in the G.
Here's Burke to the corner. Owandu from downtown. Stockton, 4 of 6 from three-point range, shooting a blistering 71.4% from the field.
Number 1 in three-point percentage. Deuce, they're looking good right now.
And a nice flush by Elmore. Burke, he's feeling it. He stays hot all day for Trey.
Well done. 3 for 3 for Trey Burke. Ooh, and another 3 by the Knicks.
Yeah, the answer by Rose. 37-28. Trey Burke has 11. He's 4 of 4. He's knocked down 3 of 3 from downtown. See if he goes for the heat check here. The drive. You can go ahead and count it. That's a basket interference. 13 points in the second quarter action from Stockton Arena. It's Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan, Stockton Kings basketball tonight here on ESPN Plus. Kings putting up 39 points in the first quarter. Shot just under 74%. Trey Burke with 13 points. Step back on the way. It's buried by Walker, who has 9 points.
Walker with a nice little step back midi. That was smooth.
Burke handles 5 of 5 shooting. A nice spin and score by Jariah Horn.
Well done. He saw that the paint was open, made a little move, spun it all the way home.
Here's Walker. He's been the man so far, and a beautiful take and score. He's doing some John, trying to fire up the troops a bit. He's in double figures with 11. Burke thought about the 3. Gives it to Owandu, and that was a great decision by Trey Burke.
Yeah, Trey Burke feeling it in that first quarter, and to make sure to make the extra pass to his teammate to hit another three, looking good.
And Skopintsev finishes over Keita. So Bobby Jackson has to be pleased. His team's 19 of 25 shooting, but I'm sure he'd like to see his defense slow down this Knicks team a bit. Here's Burke. Misses his first shot. A great look. And Noel's looking to push. And he buries it from downtown. So, sure, the Stockton Kings are shooting well, but the Knicks are shooting just under 61%. And despite the fact that Stockton's got 44, the Knicks offense is doing quite well.
I was going to say, you say Bobby Jackson's got to be pleased. I doubt that, Deuce.
I said with the offense, Morgan. Here's Horn. No good. Obviously, Bobby wants to get some stops, and the Knicks are really pushing the pace. Johnson misses from downtown.
Taking some quick shots, not even allowing their guys to get down there and rebound.
Step back on the way. Unable to convert is Horn. The Knicks playing with just 8 players tonight. All 8 have played. Rose. Nice defense by Keita. O'Connell to Burke. No good from 3.
The pace has picked up a little for both squads.
Skopintsev to the corner. The three's on the way, and it is in. And just like that, it is a 4-point game. 44-40. Second night of a back-to-back for Stockton. They played in Salt Lake City last night. Burke misses. And the Knicks have it. Owandu picks up the foul.
Refs are allowing a lot of contact to just go, and I like it. I like that they're letting guys be physical, and, you know, Trey Burke a little upset on that last one, not getting the call, but, you know, he's a vet. He knows he's got to play through that. Wes Iwundu on the other side just trying to stop the break.
So Stockton has their starters back in with Ford Ellis, Deontay Burton, Wes Iwundu, and Neemias Queta. Stockton first in offensive rating and 6th in defensive rating. They've done a great job in both categories this season. At 21-6, here's Keon Ellis. Big reason why they've had success is the rookie who's on a 2-way deal with the Sacramento Kings.
He's been fun to watch, especially as of late, Deuce. Looks a lot more confident on the offensive end, and we know what he can do on defense.
Great defense by Iwundu. The battle between him and MJ Walker, and that's a foul. You could count the basket. Nice finish for Walker, and he is feeling it here in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprising, too. He's got 13 points so far, and this Knicks squad is 29th in offensive rating, and you saw this play right here. He does a little bit of a hook, but hey, not much. Just trying to create a little bit more space and got the and one.
Well, Walker had 11 points in the last game. On the season, he's averaging just under 14. Well, he has a chance to reach his average here at the 8:09 mark of the second as Iwundu heads to the Kings bench with his 3rd foul. So O'Connell checks right back in and make it 14 points, a game high for MJ Walker. The lead has been cut to 1. Stockton led by 11 at the end of the first.
And they look like they had control of the game. Bobby was trying to get all of his bench in there. They just lost the lead.
Ellis, a much-needed 3 for Keon Ellis, who is shooting the ball with so much confidence. Rose pushing, and that's just got to be better transition defense. You had one guy scoring about 4.
Yeah, I mean, the ball pressure right there, Deuce, awful. Awful by the Stockton Kings. Got to see a better effort as Neemias Queta loses it and draws the foul.
For Queta, that is his first foul.
Look how Bobby's rotating, guys. If you're not going to do the right thing, you're out. He's 50, he's mature, and he's feeling it tonight.
Chance Comanche is back in. Sagana Jop trying to get his team all fired up. Final game of the long road trip before a quick stop home. And then wrapping up the season with 4 games on the road. Stockton wrapping up their regular season on the home floor. Final regular season game will be played in Sacramento at Golden One Center. And MJ Walker knocks another one in. 18 first half points. This game is tied at 47. Ellis in and out. And the ball will be Westchester's with 7:01 to go here in the second quarter.
MJ Walker is just looking super dominant on the offensive end. Keon Ellis is defending him right now. Those two are getting a little chippy.
Skapencev to Noel with the shot clock winding down. Free throw line jumper able to drop.
And that's too easy. You know, you had a little pick and roll action right there, and Chance Comanche just tried to drop back a little bit too far.
And the Knicks have the lead, 49-47. Rose misses the shot. The putback is in for Johnson, and what a start to the second quarter. 3-8 run. 10 of 14 shooting, and MJ Walker with 9 of his 16 points. And we're only halfway through this opening quarter. Excuse me, the second quarter. Kings have some work to do. They've been red hot, though. They've won 7 in a row. Here's Deontay Burton, loses it. Out of time, out of turnover. White Foreman attacking, and a tough finish over Keon Ellis and Burton. How did he do that?
Okay. He's on a different, I mean, these Knicks are on a different level right now on that end of the floor. And in the fast break, Deuce, they're just looking good, pushing the pace.
Smart to be pushing the pace on the second half of back-to-back as that ball is deflected. It'll stay with Stockton. 9 seconds on the shot clock.
And the Kings can keep up, but, I mean, they're a team that's last in pace, right? And, you know, it shouldn't be affecting them that much, but you talk about a second night of a back-to-back and their travel schedule. It's tough.
Ford goes off the glass and in.
Love when Jordan Ford just simplifies things on the offensive end. Took charge, saw lane, little floater off the glass.
Skapencev showing off the range, but unable to convert on that three-point attempt. Ellis, nice lay-in.
And Comanche with the assist, right? The way that he just pinned off his guy, giving Keon Ellis that open lane.
Speaking of open lane, Noel, straight line drive to the basket.
That had me stunned. I'm like, where's the help defense, guys? That's happened far too many times.
O'Connell buries the triple.
And they're lucky that their offense is keeping them in this one, Deuce, because defensively, they just need a better effort. They need to keep talking to one another.
Both teams shooting over 60% here in this first half, and an offensive foul is called.
Offensive foul. Charge to the Knicks, Demetrius Kapitsa. That's his first personal foul. Quentin Rose.
I noted earlier that MJ Walker had 18 points. They made an adjustment. He's actually listed with 16 points on 7 of 10. Either way, what a start. Quentin Rose, Lydell Elmore into the game for the Knicks. It's a 1-point game. Ford inside. Comanche loses it, and it's another Stockton turnover. Their 7th here of the first half. Right Foreman fires it to the corner. Rose, pump fake, relocates. And that's going to be Stockton ball.
I'm glad it ended up like that, because AO did that same thing instead of chopping those feet and closing out to contest the shot. Just trying to run by him.
Trey Burke back into the game for Stockton. His first go, he had 13 points on 5 of 8 shooting, knocked down 3 triples. He and Keon Ellis have combined for 25. O'Connell with his second 3 of the quarter.
That offensive possession maybe had 2 dribbles from the start with Trey Burke at the top. Otherwise, everyone just pass. Beautiful basketball.
Paint touch, out for 3. It's in for Johnson. Ellis called for a walk.
And that's the Kings' 8th turnover of the evening.
The Knicks, 9-17 on the season. Jumper is no good. Burke, the drop off. Behind the back. Oh! 4 players touch the ball on that fast break. They've already clinched a playoff spot. And tonight, they're in a close one with the Westchester Knicks leading 59-58, 3 minutes to go in this first half. I'm Deuce Mason alongside Morgan Reagan. Knicks, we're down 11 entering the second quarter. Out of the timeout. 3 is up and in. Jalen Johnson started to get things going. He has 11 points off the Knicks bench in just 12 minutes of work.
Got to fight through that screen a little harder next time down.
Burke fouled on the 3, and you could count it. A 4-point opportunity for Burke, who has 16 here in the first half.
He's just looking good from deep right now, feeling confident. I mean, and if he doesn't have it, what is he doing? He's looking for the open man. But you saw this one. He came around this little screen from Chance Comanche, felt a little bit of space, and was like, oh, I got this.
And he completes the 4-point play. (63-61), Kings on top. Wright Foreman with the drive, the finish. You could count that basket.
Wow. Wright Foreman just being super aggressive on the offensive end tonight. He's 5 of 7 from the field, and the way that he's getting into the paint. Knicks now have 24 points in the paint. They started off slow there. Look at this again. Just gets by Trey Burke, who had to turn his body and get him. And Bobby's saying it under his breath, but I heard it. There are far too many mistakes happening right now.
If you like offense, this is your game, though. Stockton shooting 65%. They've knocked down 10 of 15 from 3. Burke gets to a spot and hits the midi. 19 points here in the first half.
And you love to see that. And like you said, offense looking pretty right now. Trey Burke just showing off his veteran handles.
Under 2 to go here in this first half. Johnson, he's been hot. Misses on that shot attempt. O'Connell comes up with it. Stockton is at 10 of 15 from 3. And a foul on the Knicks. That'll be on Jalen Johnson, his first.
Chance Comanche doing a good job of just putting a body on him, asking his team to feed him the basketball to allow that to happen. Got away with a little hook there in the beginning, but
it wasn't much of one. Nice feed. Terrell moving and cutting without the ball for the score.
Beautiful reverse finish by Terrell.
And Burton with the dime. 67-64. Rose gets around O'Connell for the scoop and score. Burke wasting no time attacking. Shouldering his way all the way and count it. It's Trey Burke's half. 21 points for the veteran.
Trey Burke looking confident from the outside, inside. He's doing a little bit of everything, and this is what the Kings need. And I'm not saying just with the production of the offense, the impact that he's making on the offense with the way that he can get into the paint, right? He's becoming such a big threat. Who's going to stop him? Oh, someone else is going to be open along the outside.
And Burke makes the free throw. Morgan, he has 22 points in 11 minutes.
Oh, man. I mean, you look at his three-pointers, 4 or 5. Yeah, this guy looking good.
A minute to go, Rose. Nice job, create some space to finish that shot, and the lead is down to 2 for Stockton with under a minute to play. Burke, he's feeling it. Heat check. He's on fire. The flamethrower, Trey Burke, with 25 points in 12 minutes. Wright Foreman, the answer. It's in the offense. Are you kidding me? It's 73-70 here in the first half. Burke loses the ball. It's out of bounds to the Knicks with 32 to go.
Rose doing a better job there by the Knicks, just picking him up early, trying to disrupt his game a little bit. Ended up going off him. Knicks ball.
Wright Foreman, 16 points for him. Loses control. The attack by Rose, no good. Second chance. Johnson puts it up and in, and he has 12 points off the bench. It's a 1-point game with 5.5. Burton loses it. Frazier did not want to take that. Didn't want to hurt that field goal. Win against the Stars. They got back in Northern California today. It was stormy, it was nasty, and here they are putting up 73 points in the first half. Third quarter action is underway. Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan, Kings basketball presented by Kaiser Permanente. Wright Freeman, nice dish. Skapintsev with the jam.
Wow, Wright Foreman just doing a great job of getting into the paint. He saw he had a lane, took Deontay Burton all the way and fed it to the big fella.
And there's a turnover to start the second half for the Stockton Kings. Walker, 3, misses. Second chance. Skapintsev comes up with it. Here's Wright Foreman, jumper, no good, and Burton tracks down the rebound. One face we don't see here tonight, John Butler Jr., who was on a flex transfer assignment for the Portland Trailblazers. Looks like he's back with Portland, and he had a nice stint with the Stockton Kings, averaging over 3 blocks a game. Here's Keon Ellis getting inside the paint and knocking that in.
Yeah, and Deuce, I mean, the Kings looked solid without him, but adding him, his length, his ability to get those blocks and be super efficient in his time and playing, it was fun having him here.
Skapintsev launches, missing from distance. See if they can get Keita going offensively. He's got 4 points. The Knicks bench wanted a travel call. Keita scored.
Looked like he took a step or two too many, but no call. Good job just finishing the play.
Skapintsev gets physical and scores it.
That was a beautiful move. Great footwork on a 7-footer.
Hit at the elbow. Tries to finish with the left. No good. Knicks look to take the lead on this possession. Wright Foreman pushing the pace. He's fouled. You can count it for Wright Foreman. He's up to 18 points here in this game.
I mean, you got two guys on this offense right now for the Knicks that are just doing a great job of penetrating the paint right there. Keon Ellis reached in, trying to grab that basketball, but instead, he got the N1.
And that's in. So Knicks up 2. Ford. Good decision there. The fake to Queta, and that got the defense to freeze, and he was able to go up off the glass and in. Tied up at 79. Did I say defense? That was weird. And what a finish! Owandu to Burton.
That's what I love about Deontay Burton. Just put him around the rim, and he will elevate and finish some of the most wild shots.
Walker. The ball goes off of Queta. It'll stay with the Knicks.
Queta looking at the official, wanting the foul call there as they wipe up the floor. Take a look at this again. Queta trying to move laterally. Nope. Teammate coming over, almost jumping on him.
The handoff to Walker. Measures, launches, and buries the triple. 22 points for him. Ellis, tough look, and he buries it. Keon Ellis. That was nasty.
Ooh, and giving a little point to the Knicks bench, to Noel, guarding him in that corner, feeling good.
He's up to 17 points. He's made all of his threes, and how about that 3 and 1? MJ Walker, have a night.
Man, you look at what Walker's doing tonight. You look at what Wright Foreman is doing tonight. You wouldn't think that this Knicks offense is the 29th ranked offense in the league, Deuce. 26 in three-point percentage, 26 in field goal percentage. Looking crisp tonight, though.
And they're doing it against one of the best defensive teams in the G League. Here's Keon Ellis pushing the pace off that free throw. Ball bounces around and goes out of bounds. It's a turnover for Stockton.
That's Stockton Kings' 12th turnover. Just those little mistakes are really messing with them.
What a pass inside. Wright Foreman with a laser to Skapinsa for the jam.
Beautiful pass, beautiful vision.
Out to Ford. A much-needed 3. Stockton has been red hot from distance. Their 13th 3-ball, and a whistle, and a foul is charged to Keon Ellis.
He's looking at the official, asking what he did wrong, saying Wright Foreman gave a little bit of that forearm.
Tied up at 87. The Knicks battling the team with the best record in the G League right now. Trey Burke has the assignment on Walker. Walker gets to Wright Foreman. Tough pass, and that is out of bounds to Stockton. That was a good defensive possession by the Kings.
Absolutely, and now these are the times you got to get that stop and go. It's a tied game with 7 minutes left in this third quarter. I mean, you saw the way that they started the game. They really put the pedal to the metal. They stepped on them. They got to do that right now.
Ellis. Burke tracks down the low pass, no good. Ellis trying to fight for it, creates a second chance. Ford, back rim, no good from downtown.
Great effort by Keon Ellis, though, right? The way that he stayed with that one. I think initially he even had a good look at the basket.
And Cada comes out and picks up the foul. It's under 68% from the field. The Knicks shooting 61%. Stockton 13 of 20 from three. The Knicks 9 of 20. Wright Foreman out of the timeout, misses that shot. It'll go to Stockton.
The way that they're just attacking the paint, Deuce, and going downhill, I mean, it's what's keeping them in this one, right? We've talked about their offense and where it is, and you're not even seeing the ball move around a lot. It's two guys that just keep attacking, that the Stockton Kings, one, aren't putting enough perimeter pressure on, but two, the second line of defense isn't coming over to help in time.
MJ Walker, 22 points. Wright Foreman with 19 for the Knicks. And Comanche is going to be called for an illegal screen.
Man, I think he tripped over his own teammate on that one, but you know when you see a big there, it's always a bad look.
Bobby Jackson looks on, and knowing Bobby,
ooh,
he is not happy right now. Defense has been so good for Stockton. It's good there as Keon Ellis with the jam off the turnover.
Okay, now you saw that. He felt his defender right behind him. What did he do? Soft little dunk.
An illegal screen charged to Elmore. We've seen Stockton turn it on the last few home games in the third quarter and into the fourth quarter. We'll see if they can do it tonight. Trying to keep this win streak going. They've won 7 in a row. They're 21-6 on the home floor. They are 9-2. The handoff, Ford. Jumper, shorts. Wright Foreman with the rebound. And he attacks too easy. They do not stop the ball at all in that possession.
That's what I'm talking about, Deuce. It's every time. I mean, he's looking like Giannis Antetokounmpo out there.
Just a little smaller version,
just
right?
Just a little.
Rose, transition three. 4 bouncer, no, but the tip is in. MJ Walker with a second chance score. 26 points for him. 91-89. So Deontay Burton and Jordan Ford head to the Kings bench. O'Connell and Jariah Horn back in for Stockton here at the 4:45 mark.
You talked about how this Knicks team has been on the road forever, and the Stockton Kings squad is playing second night of a back-to-back here. You know, both teams have those things factoring in for them tonight.
Horn, a 3-ball. The 14th 3 for Stockton.
And great job just creating that, right? Chance Comanche getting him the ball deep and making a quick decision.
Stockton up by 1, 92-91. Wright Foreman has 19 points. He's got 6 dimes. The bounce feed, mishandled. Ellis comes up with it. Stockton looking to push. Gets it to O'Connell. O'Connell on the attack. Rejected, but Ellis comes up with it. There's a foul. When did the whistle come?
Knicks foul charged to number 20, Justin Wright Foreman. That's his second team foul.
That's foul on Wright Foreman. It was actually O'Connell getting fouled on the drive. I didn't hear a whistle on that.
Neither did I, and that's what I was waiting for. And you saw here, AO going up.
So the foul came from Wright Foreman when he made some contact on that drive, and O'Connell goes to the line to shoot 1 for 2, and that's in, and Sagana Diop calls a timeout. They are hanging around the Westchester Knicks with 8 players tonight, and they are battling the best team in the G League here in Stockton. Some pressure. Terrell into the game with Trey Burke, Horn, O'Connell, and Comanche. And again,
Justin Wright Foreman
no one's stopping the ball. There's no defense whatsoever on that possession, Morgan.
44 points in the paint, Deuce, and right there, I love what Chance Comanche does defensively, but right there, he was worried about his guy in the corner when you got to worry about the paint.
And the travel is called. (94-93). Stockton with 14 turnovers. And they're even hitting tough ones there. MJ Walker has been a bucket in this game, averaging just under 13 a game. He has a game-high 28 points on 12 of 17 and a carry. So Terrell with the travel last possession, and Burke follows it up with a carry.
15 turnovers for the Stockton Kings. You know, just a lot of sloppy play. And I think that last possession for the Kings, Chance did a great job contesting that shot. It was just a better finish. So, you know, you just don't want to put yourself in these situations. You got to make sure you're taking care of the ball on your end of the floor.
And what a block by Comanche. Rose went to catch a body. Comanche was there. Rose stays with it and buries the triple. What a sequence. 98-94.
Great second chance opportunity for the Knicks there, and Rose finishing it off.
Comanche with the jam. So the block on one end and the jam on the other. 98-96.
Okay, Chance, and I love that AO found him early, feeding the big man that had deep position.
That was great help by Chance Comanche on that block last possession, but a straight line drive. Good thing the help was there. Looked like a walk, no call, off balance, and it's in. Elmore with the bucket, 100-96. Burke gets by one, the foul, and he'll go line to shoot 1 for 2 with 2:09 to go in the third.
I'm really impressed by the way that the Knicks, their ability to make some of these tough shots, right? It's not even like now that the Kings aren't putting the pressure on. It's not a straight line drive every time. You had Chance come up, contest, show some strength, get up in him, and they were still making some of those tough shots.
Free throw is good. Trey Burke, 27 points. It's a 2-point game with 2 minutes to go in the third. Wright Foreman's fouled on the drive. The Knicks playing with force, competing. That's what you love. It's late in the year, but for these Knicks players, they may not be having playoffs, but they're playing for that next opportunity.
Yeah, and Deuce, you talk about that next opportunity. You never know who's watching, right? You never know when someone is going to be looking at MJ Walker and going, oh, that's the type of guard I need in my squad. And tonight, you just got to showcase yourself if you're this Knicks squad, and they're doing a great job of it.
A 4-point lead after the free throw for 2 for Wright Foreman. Burke, mid-range jumper. It's in. 29 points for Trey Burke in 18 minutes. Rose loses control. It'll stay with the Knicks.
What a beautiful midi by Trey Burke. Just feeling it in rhythm. That's what you want to see more of.
MJ Walker misses on the 3-point attempt. He's not missed a lot tonight. 12 of 18 shooting. The pass to Terrell, back to Horn. He launches, contested 3, no. And the rebound to Elmore.
I like Trey Burke's vision, trying to push it up, but I think in that situation, it's time to just really get that half-court offense going. And
that's going to be an 8-second violation. The Knicks did not get it across the midcourt line in time. That's a tough turnover.
11 turnovers for the Knicks now. You know, both these squads just being a little bit more sloppy in this second half.
Two-point game. 1 minute to go. Keita at the elbow. He's got a size advantage. Goes with the handoff to Horn. Back to Keita. It's mishandled. Tough pass, and that's a turnover for Stockton. Their 16th turnover for the Kings.
Those are the moments where you just want to be like, throw it up, man. 7-footer. Just throw it up for him. He'll get up there.
Right Foreman finds Rose. O'Connell tracks it down. Burke has it. Burke, of course, he's looking to push. He's been the man tonight for Stockton. Finds O'Connell on the drive and score.
Great job in transition. Kings pushing the ball up. The AO running down that lane to get a little finger roll.
O'Connell filling up the stat sheet in his 20 minutes. 10 points. He's got 6 rebounds and 4 dimes. Rose with a jumper. Back rim. No. Rebound to Horn.
Great board by Horn. Way to battle.
Shot clock is off. We're tied up at 102. Stockton trying to take the lead. Headed into the fourth. Burke misses. Keita, second chance. Clock winding down. No. And we are headed to the fourth quarter. Westchester Knicks taking on the Stockton Kings. Kings winners of 7 in a row. The #1 record in the G League, sitting at 21-6. The Knicks at just 9 of 17, playing shorthanded. Knicks and Kings. Kings on the second night of a back-to-back. And Comanche with a statement putback to start the fourth.
What a beautiful second chance opportunity. Just put it right back up there. Great job by Chance.
And the Kings defense pick it up here in the fourth. The Knicks been competing. Nice contest. Jumper short. Terrell has it for the Kings.
Much better defense by the Kings, rotating over and talking it up.
Burke's been the man. He stays hot. Trey Burke, give him the ball and get out of his way. 32 points. He's 5 of 7 from 3, 10 of 16 shooting. He's leading the Kings in scoring. 32 in just 21 minutes. 107-102. 3 is no good. O'Connell comes up with the Stockton, trying to push the pace to start this fourth quarter. They want to keep this win streak going. Can they extend it to 8 in a row? Terrell gets it to Burke. 10 on the shot clock. Screen from Comanche. Mid-range. Off the window. Oh, Trey Burke is having a night. He is a game-high 34 points in just 22 minutes tonight for Stockton. They have a 109-102 lead. And a turnover. Terrell, look out! The two-hand jam! And the Kings coming out on fire to start this fourth quarter. I don't know what Bobby Jackson said in the timeout, but they're coming out hot. The Knicks miss from 3. Second chance. Skapincev misses. Who wants the rebound? It's batted around, and there's a whistle. A foul is called on the Knicks.
Okay, now, this is the energy I wanted to see. This is the ball pressure I wanted to see. The effort right now by the Stockton Kings, and it's starting with Christian Terrell putting the pressure on, getting that steal, and going down for the jam.
Terrell did not play last night. He's been pretty much out of the rotation. But tonight, he has played 14 minutes on the second night of a back-to-back for the Kings. 4 points, 4 assists on 2 of 3. Comanche to Burke. Jumper. No good. And this is the issue for the Kings, has been stopping ball in transition. They did this time around to slow up the Knicks, get them into a half-court set. Frazier to Wright Foreman. 23 points for Wright Foreman on efficient shooting, going to work. What a battle with him and Burke going head-to-head. Tough jumper on the way. No. And Comanche grabs that rebound.
Okay, Trey Burke, not only are you scoring on the offensive end, you're starting to lock guys down on the defensive end. Great job just staying with and moving laterally.
111-102. The Knicks have not scored in the first 3 minutes of this quarter. Burke misses probably his easiest look of the night. Noel in transition. And you could count the basket. Horn tried to draw the charge, but it goes against Horn.
Oh, man. Tough one. Good effort by Horn. Trying to get back, get his feet planted. Let's take a look at that again, because you love when a guy is trying to get back and take that charge, and right there, not a good shot of his feet, but again, they get the and one in transition, and now how are you going to keep pushing through this, right? You know, you lose a little bit of your momentum here, but there you go.
A missed free throw, and Trey Burke has headed to the Stockton bench. Jordan Ford in. Burke heads to the bench with 34 points in 23 minutes. So Ford has it. O'Connell, no. And a rebound tracked down by Rose. Plenty of time to go. And how about Comanche? A beautiful block. Horn, the drive. And he is fouled. And that was great help defense by Comanche. Horn got beat, and Comanche was there with a nice recovery and block.
Yeah, you saw the way that Horn bit, boom, went right by him. Comanche there to help. Gets another block on the night. He's got 3. Looking at that again, you had Walker just changing his speed right there, and Comanche has just done a fantastic job of timing those out. I mean, making guys think twice in the paint.
There's a beautiful move off the dribble by Walker. A little hesitation and drive, and Comanche there to protect the paint. Horn knocks down that free throw for 2 points, putting his team up by 9. Horn with 7 points off the bench. The lob inside, and deep post position for Skipincev, and he's able to put it in. And he's filled up the stat sheet tonight. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 dimes. In just 23 minutes. 113-106. Down the shot clock. Ford, Comanche, a 3. No good. And the Knicks looking to push.
Not enough movement on the offensive end by the Kings there. And Christian Terrell gets a steal.
Looked like a safety. What a pass! O'Connell the finish! Oh! Defense leading to the beautiful play on offense. 115-106.
And that's why you keep running the floor, kids. You will get rewarded. AO going all the way down.
And Terrell picks up a foul. So Comanche heads to the bench, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 assists on 6 of 8 in 21 minutes. Nehemias Queta had a quiet night tonight, 6 points, 4 rebounds for him in 19 minutes. He checks back in, and so does Deontay Burton. Kings bench has been big, 69 points off the bench, and Frazier hits the triple.
Frazier's had a quiet night as well in his 29 minutes, and hitting that, they've got 5. He's got 5 points now.
115-109, Ford. Look at Ford, out to O'Connell. Rattles out.
Nice open look by O'Connell. They're still shooting 55% from deep.
And O'Connell grabs that rebound, his 9th. Stockton shooting 62% from the field. They're 15 of 27 from 3. O'Connell and Terrell getting some significant run late in this game. And the lob to Nehemias Queta. Beautiful, nice connection. Kings up 117-109. The game was tied entering the fourth quarter at 102, but a nice start for the Stockton Kings, trying to close this one out halfway through this fourth quarter. Out of the timeout, Wright Foreman says, not so fast. He's keeping his squad in it. A double-double for him, 26 points and 10 dimes.
And it looks like the Kings went into a zone there, right? And you saw the way that they just found the open spot and had a good look.
O'Connell, the paint touch. Ellis thought about the three. Gets it to O'Connell. Misses the jam. 117, 112, and the outlets turned over. Oh, a missed opportunity for the Knicks. Could have cut it to three on that.
Yeah, that's a tough one by the Knicks, and especially if you're Alex O'Connell, you're trying to throw that down. You missed the dunk, but, you know, he was also trying to beat the shot clock. It was down to one. Got to stay focused, guys.
Ellis. Another three for Keon Ellis. He's 4 of 4 from downtown. 22 points for him on 9 of 12 shooting in just 22 minutes. Some balanced minutes. MJ Walker loses control. O'Connell has it. Kings on the run. Ford in the corner with the drive. The floater. No! The rebound's tipped out, and it'll be Knicks ball.
Man, that last defensive possession, Nimi Keita with another good job of just staying vertical, just staying straight up, contesting a shot.
And a turnover, Ford able to track it down. Ford, the drop off, and the lay-in for O'Connell. Kings up 10 with 4:30 to go.
Defense leading the offense, and Jordan Ford doing a good job of just driving it all the way and finding Alex O'Connell.
Frazier. A nice finish by Frazier.
Effortless little reverse right there. Frazier now has 7 points.
Under 4 to play, Ford off the dribble. Oh, Jordan Ford getting crafty.
I love when he blocks a guy off with his body. He makes it look so easy, the way he simplifies the game.
And Skapencev with the finish. Still an 8-point game with 3:30 to go here in this fourth quarter. Deontay Burton. And that's just too easy.
How does he do that? I mean, he got it at the high post, turned around for a second, and just made a really nice move.
Got to get into him a bit. Walker battling Walker battling Keon Ellis. Here's Walker. Shot clock winding down. Look at Keon Ellis. Walker gets by him. And what a finish for MJ. Oh, my goodness. Battling a great defender in its move. Kid in the red. Dance of the night. 126, 118, under 3 to play. Trey Burke into the game. He has 34 points in the game. Neemias Queta's on the floor with Iwundu. Deontay Burton. Here's Burton again. Jumper. Oh, and it rattles out.
Keep looking for that.
Oh, and the steal. Burton. No, he missed it. Oh, I can't believe it. He's shaking his head in dismay. The other way, a rejection. Neemias Queta. Oh, what a wild sequence.
Okay, now.
Bird misses it. He goes up after a steal, misses the soft flush. Then on the other end, Wright Foreman looked like he had a great look, and Queta erased that.
My favorite thing about that, too, is the way that Queta was starting at the free throw line and his ability to back up, and still get that block.
It's a timely one for him, his first block of the night. 126, 118. Burke Burks fouled and counted. It is Trey Burks' night. And a big bucket there for the veteran to put the Kings back up 10 with a chance to make it 11. And Burke has 36 points in this game.
He's coming off a game that he only had 8 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds, right? And now tonight, you're looking at 36 points, 6 of 8 from beyond the arc, Deuce. And man, the way that he's getting to the paint and getting to the free throw line tonight, just a fantastic job.
37 points in this game for him tonight. Wandu pressuring MJ Walker. He's been the man. Ball's deflected. Shot clock's winding down. Back to Walker. Behind the back. The three's on the way, and it's in for Noel. They will not go away. It's an 8-point game with 1:45 to go.
They stayed with it. Good recovery behind the back pass for the 3 ball.
Ellis, nice ball fake. The dish. Keita, the finish.
That's what you want to see them do, right? Just keep attacking the paint, make things easy, find the big man underneath, get the easy 2.
That's in for Skopintsev. 131-123. A bucket here would be huge for Stockton.
Noel really putting on the pressure on Keon Ellis.
And a foul on Noel.
Knicks foul charged to 0-0 with Noel. His second personal, Knicks 5th team foul.
I was looking at Trey Burke's career high, Morgan. It's been around a long time. He scored a career high 42 points in the NBA. So
wow.
That came in March of 2018 in the G League. He's also put up some significant numbers. His career high in the G League came in 2017 when he scored 43 points on Delaware. And Ellis misses that free throw. Now that we're under 2 minutes in this game, we go back to traditional free throw rules. The crowd sounds like a golf crowd. The free throw's good.
Do you know that's why I stayed quiet too? I was like, you know what? I don't want any.
So the timeout to advance. 14 on the shot clock. 132-123. Rose, 3, short, second chance, up, no. And Ellis comes down with the rebound. A bucket here would seal it in my book, Morgan.
I would allow light the beam chance if they get a bucket here.
Well, the shot clock's winding down. Trey Burke's been the man. He launches, going for 40. He banks it in! This is Trey Burke's night. 40 points in 26 minutes, and that was the dagger.
It doesn't matter if it's off the glass for 3, if it's in the paint or at the free throw line. Trey Burke is feeling good.
Walker misses on the 3. Noel tracks it down, and a foul is called with 16.7. And you never know what you're going to see in the G League, Morgan. Trey Burke has been absolutely money. And how about this play late in the shot clock? Burke says, I'm feeling it. I'm launching it. Kiss it out the window for 40.
Just a magical performance from the vet tonight.
No good. And with that, Keon Ellis and the Sacramento Kings G League team, the Stockton Kings, are hot.